Welcome BKN community to the channel. I'm Louis Crypto and I have been sharing this gem for a long while over on my other platform, Twitter. So use the link down below to follow me over there. And this has been one of the best small coins from the summer low. It pumped as high as some large caps. We can see over here it moved 500% off the lows. It also wasn't giving back too much of the gains as well, as it's currently holding up still off of the lows over 270%. It is an RWA project. It's currently sitting at 25 million market cap, ranked 856. So let's see that getting into the top 500. It isn't actually on many exchanges currently, but it has been mentioned many times in the Telegram, over on their Twitter, and of course on the roadmap that it will get some listings this quarter. It's available on ETH, BNB, and Base Chain, so we can get it for cheaper fees. BKN hit a huge milestone partnering up with Consa, a salt miner, which is valued at 700 million, which will be tokenized. They have over 150 million tons of salt in reserves, and they're adding over 100,000 tons per month by 2029. So who knew you wanted to own a little share in a salt mine, but now you can do these sorts of things. And Larry Fink has mentioned many times that he's very interested in tokenizing, because this will allow things to be traded 24/7 like stocks and bonds, which is mainly what he's mentioned. And this is a coin that is doing that, not lying about it, like a lot of these property RWA tokens that have one apartment in an Asian country worth less than the house you're currently living in and could be worth 50 million market cap. This is actually doing what they're saying. BKN has over 250 million in total tokenized value already in 14 countries, guys. The facts are there. It's something not to ignore, not financial advice, but it's a serious RWA competitor. Now, if I zoom in onto the daily time frame, we can currently see off of the Trump victory, which was this candle over here, it moved up 180%. Again, from the lows, it was 500 and currently sitting at 270 off of the lows at current price. We have head back down to these lows a few times, and that's what's currently holding BKN up. And what's stopping BKN from breaking out is this level over here, 40 to 42 cent. What's holding it is 31 to 34.5 cent. So one of these will give in. If Bitcoin makes a new all-time high, it's obvious where this is going. The pattern that it's been showing the last few times, it looks a lot similar to the other corrections, although some of them might have been more V-shaped recoveries than others. This looks a little bit more similar, although getting out it was quicker, but ultimately it is still a higher low, still higher highs over here, and just waiting for this 40 to 42 cent area to break. It should then pump as the 52, 56 area will act like a magnet. So breaking this area means that in the end it's heading up to 80 to $1. But again, what's stopping that from being the case is this red box, as well as this 52 and 56 cent resistance. Breaking these two levels will mean that is the target in the immediate short term. But if you have confidence it can get up there from down over here without experiencing further drawdown, this would be, of course, the best accumulation DCA zone. As we can see, it's been ranging throughout. Every time it's come down into this green range, it's pumped back into the red, and then vice versa, dumping back down into the green from the red. Just waiting for one of these to break, expecting Bitcoin to head higher, so expecting this to eventually head higher. And so from today's current price, this would be 100 to 166% move for a coin that's also not lying, and it's actually built a cult because of that. If we could compare it to other RWA projects that are super hyped in similar market cap category like UBXS, that's at new dip lows. We can look at, it's not exactly a property token, but neither is BKN really. It's just tokenization, and that's what Swarm Markets is doing as well. And that's at new lows. Props, for example, on the Aptos chain, that's almost at new lows, guys. These are the coins that a lot of people are talking about. Um, the one mostly spoken about is Rio. That's almost at new lows. But there are a few that have held up very nicely, like a BKN off of the summer lows, like a Seapool, like an Ondo, Mantra. You see, these off of the summer lows have done very well. But the ones that you're seeing mainly spoken about on Twitter, on YouTube, just look at their charts. They keep returning back to their bottoms, even Boson, I don't know how to call it, but yeah, and you can see the charts speak for themselves. But some coins that have held up well, BKN, Seapool, Ondo, Mantra, these have done really, really well. And for the RWA sector, those are the likely winners, at least in a moment where we're not in a full altcoin season. They have shown to not only pump, because the others have pumped. Let's go to SMT. That's our Swarm Markets. That's currently up 14% today. But the issue is, when it pumps, it's giving back all those gains. It's heading to new lows. And it's the same for one of the coins that I used to have as my number one. I just don't hold anymore. I realized they only had one property. That's a big issue when it was once worth over 100 million market cap, and they only have one apartment out in an Asian country, which is not going to be such high value, So I just don't see the value when I know there's another like BCAN, not necessarily in property, but tokenizing assets, and just hit a partnership for a 700 million salt mine, already have 250 million. So soon we'll be over $1 billion in tokenized assets for a coin that's only 25 million market cap. It really is mispriced for that reason. And although since it's December high, yeah, we can say that it is down 40%, was down 54%. I think every single coin experienced a dump on that. But my point is that it hasn't given back majority of its gains since summer. Like, if I just go through the list, we can see, if you look at the top left corner, these are all RWA projects, and I'll quickly briefly go through, but this area on the left is the summer bottom. You can see the dates. So Centrifuge, Rio, Propi, TokenFi, Boston, I don't know how to say the name, Nexara. Good today, 9%, yesterday as well, 4%. But ultimately it just gets hammered on the dips. And with BKN, it's built like a cult, like a community. They really don't want to sell because they know how undervalued it is. NFA, of course. But yeah, expecting 40 to 42 to break and heading to $1 as my next target, which is a 160% move. This is not my ultimate target. This is just my upcoming resistance where it could fall back down to the 50s, and then from there pumping to new all-time highs, to $2, $3, $4, $5, $7, and potentially even higher. We'll look into that in the future. As it's a small cap, there's definitely potential for those future targets, but we really need to take it step by step. And I think that when coins are so small, it's hard for them to hold up, but we have found a gem that tends to hold up very nicely on days the market is capitulating. It does just tend to hold up. If you look at BKN over here, entering this range since the end of December the 27th, but looking at what others have done from the 27th, we can see Rio going down, TokenFi from that day going down, Boston from that December 27th going down. These are still, we could say, reputable projects, we could say, but gone down. Credi, for example, as well, Soil from that day gone down, whereas BKN, undervalued, mispriced, holding up, building like a cult, like a community. So just going to leave you with that today. It has been a coin that we have been buying since the summer lows. We're actually buying it on this move up and managed to do multiple X's in the space of a week or so. So yeah, it's a coin that I still think will put in a new all-time high. And yeah, exciting times ahead with the constant bullish news and the upcoming tier 1 listings. Cheers everyone. Like, subscribe, comment and share if you want to jump into community to find gems like these, keep up to date with my analysis and learn from it. I also mentor group live streams in there on a weekly basis. So yeah, enter there, get educated from myself and my other members, of course. And yeah, if you want something more private, ebook, mentorship, links are down below. Otherwise, follow me on Twitter and support this channel. Cheers.